Hey folks, how you doing? Today I'm making a video about one that I had previously done about the bagging system on my John Deere Z760, and it's got the 6.5 bushel capacity bagger system that come with it, or that's optional for it. It's the only one that they have for it, and the system kind of fits several other models. The bigger systems come into play on the 9 series, and I think some of the riders, the large rider series, they have a bigger. But I think from the 7, the 5, and I think the 3 series, I think they use these uh, the 6.5 bushel capacity bagging system. Don't quote me on it. I believe in everything that I've seen that's the pretty common size capacity for these. And my biggest gripe was this mower is a 60 cut capacity. It's pretty good size, and I would think that it would have a large size capacity, bag capacity, and it seems extremely small. And they give you 100 pounds of weights to put on the front to keep this thing leveled out, and it seems unnecessary for the weights on there when the system doesn't even. The mower itself is heavy enough just to use the bags full. So I may have come up with a way here that if you have it, you can do an upgrade yourself. I'll show you the deal right quick. So here's the attachment. It goes on there. Right now it's not on my John Deere. It's just connected on the back of my little snapper that my son rides around on. And as you can tell with that lid open, these bags are pretty small. And I know I mentioned in other video that the 5-gallon bucket, they're just a little bit bigger than a 5-gallon bucket. And they are. But this system is 6.5, and there's other brands, competitors, have a bigger capacity size. But I dug through a bunch of the 9 series and some of the big riders like the X series riders, and I've come up with a common denominator here on these bags. They're running these. Now this particular bag here is for a 3-bag system on an X series or the Z9s. So what I've got here is this bag part number, John Deere, and this giant bag here. It's kind of hard to tell right here, but I'll have to mount this on the ring, and then I'll mount it on the deal and show y'all how much bigger this is. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna take one of these apart, and then I'm gonna mount this new bag on it, and then we'll hang it on there, and we'll get an idea of what it looks like with the new bag on there. And if I did the math right, 2 of these bags will make this thing go from 6.5 to like 10 bushel capacity. Just filling that up roughly, because I forget what those are. I think those are 2 something, maybe 3, just over 3, and this is over 4, I believe. I have to look it back up on there where I found it, but I got these on sale from, let's see if I can get it to turn out pretty good, from Mow the Lawn. And I didn't pay a whole lot for this For the two of these, I think I wound up paying a little, either just a little in tax or no tax at all. I can't remember exactly, but basically I bought it for just the cost of the bags was like $98. That was it. It wasn't very much. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, for the two, you know, shipped, and it got here pretty quick, so I can't complain about that. But for the money, I think it's worth it in an upgrade. So I'm gonna try to tear one of these apart right quick, and we'll hang the new bag on there. I'll fit it. I'll have to notch the side out on these new bags because they're not notched for this, because these have a little deal where it clips into right there to keep it held in there, along with the lid that holds it. So it has that little connection here on this side, and then the other side is just held down by the chute. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this thing. This thing has a nut on the back side of this screw, so I'll have to get a wrench right quick. It takes a 10 mil on the back. There's one bag off. On this bag, on the back of it, the direct back is where you have to feed this bar through, and it's more like this. It's supposed to be the bar shape. It's supposed to be like that. This one is not, so it might be tricky. So that went on there pretty freaking easy. But I have to make a hole for the adjustment, or the tab down here. Put that retainer in there that locks it in place. But this is going to be a huge improvement. I don't know if that goes to show right there, just right off, how much of a big improvement that's going to be on capacity size. Both of those bags, it's night and day, huge improvement. Like I said, it's big improvement. I think it's worth the money on that. That is huge improvement right there. That thing, it's kind of hard to show what it's like spread that open, but that thing is definitely a lot bigger. It's gonna hold a lot more stuff in there. That's gonna keep me from having to stop so much. That's gonna cut down a lot of the stomping and dumping right there versus this one to that. That's a massive difference. That's gonna be huge. That's gonna be worth the 100 pounds of weights on the front right there. That's gonna be, and I don't know, it has to take off forever twice. I think I'll be able to take off a dump for, I can go quite a bit longer. Let me do the other one right quick and see if you can really see how much of a big difference it's going to be on there. Doing the two of them here. This thing will stay. Well, ain't that a conundrum? I got it on in upside down. See if flipping it over makes a difference. Man, look at all that dirt down there. Did I do it again? I think I did. Yeah, did that shoot again. You ever have one of those days? See if I can't get it wrong a third time. Well, I got it. It only took 3 times. Alright. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. A lot better. Huge difference. Huge difference. If it would have came with that originally, it'd have been awesome. That would have been well worth the money the first time instead of doing this, but I'm glad it worked. And now all I gotta do is just where the tabs go to hold it in place to keep it from coming out the back, just cut me a hole in that material and then bolt on the new pieces. But that's a huge improvement. That's going to be fantastic. Run longer instead of having to make a strip or 2 and then just go dump. This will last a lot longer, or allow my mow time to run a little longer bagging this stuff up. I'm happy. For $100, it was worth it. Huge improvement. You can see just how much bigger and better that's going to be. I can't wait to try it. Leaves are fixing to be down on the ground everywhere, and then my grass will start growing up and be mowing again. It's cooling off. I'm very pleased with this though. So if you got one of these that has a 6.5 bushel capacity, and you have a big mower like I do, the Z760 with a 60 cut, well, any of the Z with a 60 cut, and you're running the bagging system, depending on your preference, if you like dumping all the time or your yard isn't that thick or whatever, you might be happy with the little bags. I was not happy with the little bags. This is going to be a lot better deal for me. And then, I mean, all you got to do really is, once it's full, grab a hold of the bottom down there and just lift up on the little tab, slide it out, and then I just turn and swing. Just pull it out and swing away and let it jump right there like that in a big pile. And then when I get done mowing, I go over and push it up with the tractor and roll everything over. It's not a big deal. I'm not worried about the heft that it's going to be. Like I said, I just use the tractor and roll everything over. Let it, break down. Put it back in the yard in the low spots when it turns to dirt. I mix in my wood chips in it that I've been chipping up from the wood chipper. Mix all that stuff in. But anyway, this is going on 20 minutes now, talking about stupid lawn bags. But anyway, I hope this is helpful for somebody who has this, who's looking to upgrade or getting tired of these little bags. I'll clean these and I'll put them back in this box over here, and I'll store them, and I'll put the rest of my other parts from John Deere that I've been changing, and I'll store the stuff. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. If y'all got anything to say about it, hit it up in the comments down there. If you like it, push the button, or not, push the other button, don't matter. Anyway, y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next time.